The sound reverberated, as the horizontal bar to which Turul was shackled, was steadily hoisted upwards. Each metallic echo marked his gradual ascent from the pit, towards the dungeon's vaulted ceiling. Guided through a narrow, stone-lined channel, that seemed to tunnel its way towards the upper levels of the fortress, his chiseled form appeared to be swallowed whole by a monstrous beast, disappearing into the shadowy recess, as he was moved closer to his uncertain fate. The muscular form remained poised despite the precarious journey. Curiosity mingled with anticipation, as he peered into the shadowy abyss above, wondering what lay in wait. His mind raced with possibilities, each more daunting than the last. Yet, his heart beat with the steady rhythm of a warrior, undaunted by uncertainty. The anticipated challenges emboldened his spirit, and he was courageously ready to face whatever trials might emerge. The stone tunnel extended long and arduous. The air grew damp and stale, suffocating in its closeness, as the passage transformed in shape, from circular to octagonal, and finally, to a narrow rectangle. Each morphological change marked his ascent to a higher level. This architectural progression not only highlighted the depth of the fortress, but also subtly indicated that his destination was far removed from the dank confines of the underground, hinting at a high and isolated chamber within the tower's upper reaches. The architectural shift seemed to tighten around him, a constrictive path that tested his resolve. For most, such a narrow environment, climbing ever upward, would incite panic, or even terror. But Turul was not like the others. He remained undeterred, his curiosity piqued, and his courage undiminished, his eyes fixed on the path ahead, eager to discover what lay at the tunnel's end. Before Turul reached the end of the vertical tunnel, he encountered a daunting sight. A set of sturdy metal rods, terminating in sharp spikes, embedded in the front and back walls. This sinister arrangement resembled the gaping maw of some hellish creature, guarding the passage, as if to deter or punish those who dared approach. The spikes made the final stretch toward freedom appear perilous and foreboding. Immediately beyond the monstrous spikes, a spiked collar was affixed to the front rim of the tunnel's opening. Open wide, it seemed poised in grim anticipation, waiting to ensnare the neck of any new prey, that emerged from the depths. This menacing device underscored the passage's hazardous nature, serving as a stark warning of the dangers that lay just beyond the tunnel's threshold. When Turul's neck reached the level of that menacing collar, the upward movement halted abruptly. Almost instantly, footfalls echoed from the nearby floor. Deliberate, heavy, and approaching. It was clear that someone was there, waiting just beyond the shadowed threshold, prepared, and possibly eager for his arrival. The tension heightened, signaling that his reception at this new level would be anything but welcoming. Then, gradually, more light filtered into the area as a figure approached, torch in hand. This person methodically placed the torch into various pits, embedded within the floor surrounding the tunnel, from which Turul was being hoisted. Each pit ignited sequentially, casting an expanding pool of light that gradually illuminated the entire space. It revealed more of the surroundings, allowing the trapped hero to discern details previously shrouded in darkness, hinting at the full scope of the chamber he was drawn into. Emerging from shoulder height out of the tunnel's pit, with his wrists securely shackled, and arms raised above his head, Turul found himself in a rectangular room with a high vaulted ceiling. Directly in front of him hung an ominous spiked collar, open, and seemingly waiting for his neck. The room was dimly lit by 7 strategically placed fire pits that cast a threatening glow around him, arranged to ensure he was the central focus of this imposing chamber. Notably, directly in front of him was a clear walkway, devoid of any fire pits, presenting an unobstructed path that facilitated easy access to his exposed and defenseless torso. As the young captive steeled himself for the grim ordeal ahead within the notorious chamber, villagers surrounding King Rose's complex, perched atop the cliff, hastily shuttered their windows. The abrupt illumination of the tower's lights, cutting through the midnight darkness, acted as a grim harbinger. This eerie nightly ritual had become a dread-inducing routine for the local populace. But unbeknownst to them, the Tower of Evil, that nightly sent waves of dread through their hearts, was now holding their rebel hero, Turul.